When we talk about the body in mystical or magical practice, it's tempting to imagine it as something solid, fixed, and entirely physical. Something you can touch, measure, and pin down. But anyone who spent time in meditation or focused energy work quickly discovers that the body is also a living network of currents and resonances. Your body pulses, yes, but so does something far more subtle, an electric, luminous, almost fluid framework of energy that flows through and around you. This is what we might call the body electric, and in this episode, we're going to explore its forms, its maps, and some ways to sense and work with it directly. One of the first things to note is that the maps of this subtle body, chakras, meridians, aura layers, bodies of light, are exactly that. They are maps. They are symbolic, experiential guides, not immutable truths. Think of them as landmarks for exploration rather than rules etched in stone. Just as a topographical map gives you contours and paths without being the terrain itself, these energy maps help you navigate your experience of subtle currents without confusing the map for the landscape. But before we dive deeper into that, I want to quickly thank Rev Kai for supporting this channel and especially today's video, which is sponsored by them. Rev Kai is a specialized astrologer and diviner with over 25 years of experience. They provide a strategic blueprint for your life using little-known medieval and Renaissance astrological methods gleaned from recently discovered manuscripts. If you want to stay ahead of the curve, Rev Kai offers regular forecasting for the month or year ahead, so you can always know exactly what's coming. They even specialize in deep dive services like identifying your innate magical skills and uncovering the name of your natal genius. For major events like business launches or weddings, they use electional astrology to find your window for success. And if you've never known your birth time, Rev Kai's rectification service can find it for you, giving you an accurate map to work with. They also help people build sustainable connections through ancestral veneration and spirit communication, sorting through lineage and tradition with confidence. Now, RevKai is offering a special 20% off for my viewers, so visit revkai.com and use the secret password Midnight Hair when you book your initial consultation. That's in the description below, so you get the spelling right. It's also on the screen. So stop guessing and start navigating with precision. It's useful to start with a bridge between the mystical and the scientific because the modern mind often balks at energy talk, yet physics and physiology hint at parallels. Nerve impulses are electrical. The heart's rhythm generates measurable electromagnetic fields. And even brain waves are patterns of oscillating electrical activity. On a slightly larger scale, biofield research, the study of subtle energy fields emitted by living organisms, has begun to provide a scientific framework for what mystics have known for millennia. That the body is, in a sense, alive with current, sensitive to internal and external vibrations, and capable of interacting with fields beyond the strictly physical. Western mysticism has its own frameworks for understanding this. The Hermetic tradition speaks of the body of light, an energetic double or subtle body that mirrors and interpenetrates the physical form. Dreaming or astral traditions sometimes speak of the dreaming body, which is the body as experienced in altered states, where consciousness perceives itself more fluidly. Even practices like shamanic journeying or deep meditation reveal layered energy systems that can be seen as forms, flows, or centers that overlap and interweave with our physical anatomy. All of these models point to the same fundamental truth. Our lived experience of the body extends far beyond the flesh. One of the most widely recognized models is the chakra system, originating in Indian tantras. Chakras are often described as spinning wheels of energy or vortexes aligned along the spine. Typically, we talk about seven major chakras, each associated with a color, a psychological theme, and a vibrational quality. We have the Muladhara, or root, which is at the base of the spine. It's grounding, survival, connection to the physical world. Then we have the sacral, or the Svadhisthana, found in the pelvic area, which is about creativity, pleasure, and emotional flow. Then the solar plexus, Manipura, where it's found in the stomach area, or usually in the solar plexus. But this is about personal power, will, transformation. Then into the heart, Anahata, which is in the chest. It's about love, compassion, integration. The throat, Vishuddha, which is the voice, communication, authenticity. Then the third eye, Ajna, the forehead, perception, beyond the senses and insight. And then the crown, Sahasrara. This is at the top of the head. It's about connection to the universal, transcendence. These are useful as a starting point, but they are not the only energy centers, nor are they universally experienced in the same locations or colors by everyone. Some people feel more than seven, or in slightly different places, or with entirely different qualities. The value of chakras lies in their ability to give us a language for the currents that run through our body. Then moving into a more structural map, Chinese medicine gives us the meridian system. These are channels along which life force or qi circulates. These meridians intersect at acupuncture points, and the careful manipulation of these points through needles, pressure, or intention can adjust flow, release blockages, or energize the system. While the scientific study of meridians is still debated, practitioners around the world report profound effects on well being, emotional balance, and spiritual clarity when working with them. For the modern mystic, meridians offer a way to feel flow itself, like rivers running through a landscape. You don't need to memorize every line on a diagram. Instead, you can explore the sensation of energy moving, like warmth, tingling, subtle shifts, or directional pulls that signal movement in the currents. Over time, paying attention to these subtle cues develops a kind of energetic literacy. Western esotericism often emphasizes different but complementary aspects. The body of light, as described by Hermetic, Rosicrucian, and Thelemic texts, is the luminous double that mirrors the physical body. It can be cultivated through visualization, meditation, and ritual, and it often acts as the vehicle for astral projection. Some traditions talk about the body of light in layers, a dense layer that closely mirrors the physical, a subtler layer for emotional and mental currents, and an ethereal layer or for spirit or divine connection. The dreaming body, a term borrowed from shamanic and neo shamanic practices, highlights perception in altered states. Here, the body becomes more fluid, boundaries between inside and outside blur. In the dreaming body, currents can be felt as textures, flows, or resonances, and one may perceive oneself interacting with landscapes, spirits, or energy forms that are invisible in ordinary waking consciousness. The key takeaway from these modern models is the experiential approach. These bodies exist primarily as instruments of perception and interaction, not as fixed anatomical structures. Now, I want to emphasize again all these systems, chakras, meridians, bodies of light, streaming forms, are maps, not territory. They are guides for experience, not laws. that your body must conform to. If you rigidly insist that your chakras must be red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet, or that your meridians must exactly flow like a textbook, you risk missing the subtle signals your body is actually giving you. Instead, approach these maps as prompts. What do I feel here? How does energy move in this area? What colors, textures, or vibrations are present? Treat each map as an invitation to sense rather than a blueprint to imitate. So, how do you begin to sense and work with these currents? Here are a few approachable practices. First of all, we have breath as a probe. So, start with your breath, inhale slowly, feeling your ribcage and belly expand. And then exhale and notice any tingling, warmth, or subtle vibration in your hands or your feet, or maybe even your head. Could be even be in your chest. Imagine the breath as a conductor of energy, moving the body electric along paths of your choosing. Secondly, we have hands as antenna. Hold your hands a few inches apart and slowly move them closer and further. Pay attention to sensations between them, tingling, heat, resistance, or a subtle pull maybe. This is often called hand sensing or energy radiance practice, and it's a simple, direct way to tune into your own energy field. Next is body scanning. So lie down or sit comfortably and then slowly scan from your head to your toes, asking, where do I feel constriction? Where is there warmth or openness? And don't try to judge or fix anything yet, just observe. This creates a baseline awareness of your personal currents. Then, focused chakric attention. Select a single chakra and place your attention there. Visualize a spinning wheel, a sphere of light, or just a simple color, and allow yourself to notice movement or vibration in that area. You may feel expansion, warmth, a pulse, or subtle motion. Repeat with other chakras, observing differences and connections between them. And then we have number 5 is flow through movement. So walk, stretch, or dance with attention. Notice energy shifting as you move. Some practitioners call this embodied flow, a way of syncing subtle currents with the physical body, making energetic literacy a lived kinetic experience. And then lastly, emotional resonance. Our bodies, energy bodies, respond strongly to emotions. Anger may feel tight or sharp. Joy may feel expansive. Practicing emotional awareness alongside energetic sensing strengthens your ability to modulate and harmonize your currents consciously. Now, once you can sense energy, the next step is gentle guidance and balancing, and here are a few methods for that, starting with breath alignment. So inhale and imagine drawing energy into a particular center. Exhale and release stagnation or tension, and repeat across areas that feel dense or sluggish. Next is color and sound. Use color visualization or tonal humming. Some people find humming specific pitches resonates with certain chakras or meridians. Then hand projection. So place your hands on or near an area of tension and visualize energy moving freely, softening or spinning in harmony. And then movement integration. Gentle yoga, tai chi, or free-form movement can help to redistribute currents and release blocks naturally. And then finally, affirmation and intention. Subtle currents respond to thought and intention. A quiet phrase or inner command can shift energy patterns a lot more quickly than brute force or overthinking. Now, it's important to remember that your energy work isn't just about your body. It exists in a web of interaction with others. Some traditions differentiate between influence and interference. So, influence is raising your vibration, projecting healing, or harmonizing spaces, is generally acceptable when done with consent or intention focused on your own practice. Interference, on the other hand, which is attempting to manipulate or control others' energy without their knowledge, can create backlash, karmic entanglement, or subtle energetic consequences. So keep ethical awareness front and center. The body electric is a network, a living, responsive system that interweaves mind, emotion, and spirit. Maps like chakras, meridians, and subtle bodies are tools to help you navigate that system, but they are not absolutes. Start small. Notice, sense, feel. Use breath, hands, movement, and attention to cultivate literacy in your own currents. Observe patterns, blockages, expansions, and emotional resonance. Over time, you'll find an intuitive grasp of your energy system that no diagram can fully capture. Ultimately, the practice of subtle anatomy isn't about achieving perfection or fixing yourself. It's about awareness and alignment. It's about feeling the pulse of the living current within and learning to flow with it rather than against it. And when you can do that, magic becomes a natural extension of your own energetic life. So until the next episode, which will be next month, spend some time with your own currents. Touch them, breathe into them, let them move, and notice the subtle shifts that happen when intention meets flow. Your body is electric, your body is alive, and in time, you'll realize that feeding that current is the first step toward directing it consciously, creatively, and ethically. Okay, that brings us to the end of this episode. Hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.